Good time zone. And a happy birthday to all of those around the world. It's a full week of Arknights. Really diving into episode 16 now. Ending 4 is out? Yeah, I figured as much. When I saw it got updated, I figured. Oh, bam. We're just gonna dive in.
Have you been doing well lately, Doctor?
Elite operator departure. Taking on terrorist toughest. So that's their little comic thing. No point of order. So last time, on episode 16, Abnormal Spectrum, the Doctor, Amia, Monster, and Radiant, or not Radiant, Mantra's team, which includes Elysium, arrive in the far north of Ursus in the city of Bresk to investigate the disappearance of Radiant's team and some reports of abnormal infected but when they get to Bresk, the city is under martial law. And they would have been arrested, but they were rescued by a captain? Lieutenant? I don't remember her rank. Someone of the Royal Guard. Or Imperial Guard. There's a lot of guards. Whom is also interested in what's happening in the mining district of Bresk, and is a well-read woman of like oropathy medical documents, research papers, and has read the recent paper published by Warfarin about the abnormal infected. So they head into the mining district after getting permission from the Grand Duchess. They make their way into the research institute in the mining district, only to find it abandoned. But the basement is full of dead bodies. However, none of the dead are actually infected. But they are horribly mutilated, question mark? There are some implications that there is something wrong with them. Meanwhile, the Doctor and Monster are not in the basement, but they go and find the only possible surviving Doctor researcher in the lab, which turns out to be Ksenia, who is also a researcher on the original Chernobog sarcophagus project. And they actually had come here. Part of the reason of coming here, besides the Radiant disappearance, was actually to find her. But she's not in a great mental state right now. We also have another B plot of some of the infected in the mining district prior to Radiant's disappearance, where they were rebelling against Ursus and had to remove tracker bombs within their bodies that the research institute had put into them. That's what happened last time. dividing line. The time has come. Those who stay shall suffer, and even those who leave are not immune. Central Far North Mining District Laboratory. Did she just say Royal Guard? I heard her say kill the Royal Guard even. Ah yes, the Research Institute was specifically had discovered something that they dug out of the earth that apparently could potentially kill the Royal Guard, whom are the Emperor's blades. So not that other woman who was an Imperial Guard. So she means the substance called Oka killed the Royal Guard? Is that possible? A sort of demonic product even scarier than their dominion? An unidentified substance discovered from the mines, used by researchers to experiment on both infected and non-infected. Results proved to worsen Oropathy's symptoms. Maybe it's a special name for the substance. We can't come to a conclusion before we even see it ourselves. Cassina, look at me. Can you remember anything? You're... Monster thinks this attempt will be as fruitless as the last, but the woman's glazed eyes suddenly pop wide open. She immediately clutches the clothes before her, pulling Monster closer. Yeah, the director? The director cuts it. Did you come here for me? I want to go back. I want to go see the professor. I want to go see Professor Ilya and Lyuda. I don't think they'll want to see me, right? A coward like me who couldn't do anything. Do I still deserve to see them? Yeah. However, the woman doesn't wait for Monster to respond before releasing her grip and returns to her prior position on the floor. No, something's off. You're not the director. I never saw her again, just like the others. She wouldn't be here. I even saw those who came after her. They... Who did you see? Was the one of them a short Liberry, always smiling? Liberry? Yes, I've seen her. A short... Oh, do they mean Radiant? They said short Liberry who's always smiling, and my first thought was Mephisto. But that wouldn't make any sense. Where did she go? I don't know. The group that killed the Royal Guard. She with those infected. They'll die. Everyone will die. I don't know. I don't know. She needs a sedative. Also, she's dehydrated. So the information we've been getting. The miner's escape is related to the Royal Guard. Mantra mentioned that the contamination caused by the Royal Guard is spreading south. So the answer is obvious. But did the Royal Guard really get killed by a bunch of miners? How's that possible? Perhaps we should consider what it means if this is indeed real. The Grand Duchess actually locked down the mines to cover up the fact that the Royal Guard died in her domain. But that's impossible. Be it the Tsar or the armies, they won't let the matter die so easily. If she was really trying to cover it up, she wouldn't have agreed to let us in from the start. Does that Imperial Guard know about this too? That is exactly what we need to consider. Let's contact Mantra and Amia first. Roger. Doctor. Likewise, we have made progress here that coheres to your information. There are traces of fighting and some medical equipment lying around. Rhodes Island, standard issue. We'll meet you ASAP. Understood, Doctor. We'll be right there. What is it? Have your companions discovered something? I'm afraid we can only explain after we regroup. Aloysius, are there any other leads here we should be aware of? There are limits to what I know, and I can't draw any more useful conclusions. If needed, it would be acceptable to let your doctor come here to investigate. Though, this only makes it even more certain the army has no moral baseline whatsoever. Could I ask if you know anything else about what happened in the mines? What do you want to know? The experiments conducted here are something about the mutated infected. What's wrong? Amia has always resisted using her powers in such situations and in such a manner, but still she tries to probe the Imperial Guard's mind. Aloysius's head shows only her hazy doubts and no guilty conscience. Nothing. Let's go. Doctor, these papers, and the suicide note. What should we do with them? This note barely mentions the sarcophagus. The guardswoman gave us information, so we should repay the favor. Is it over here? What a quest. Oh, I'm sure there's a secret or two buried here, searching this deep. I don't know who, I guess that was her. Wait, who is this? The guardswoman's gaze rests on the pale-faced woman leaning against the wall, eyes shut. A researcher who didn't evacuate. Her name is Ksenia. We wanted to ask her if she's seen our friends, since the researcher should have bumped into our mobile medical team, but she's been in a daze and is severely dehydrated. So it's unwise to press her. Good times in Solzen. And these scandalous and wires on the ground? I guess it's her attempt to make her own take her own life. Doctor, what exactly happened here? We came just in time to prevent an explosion. The situation's complex. And what are those papers in your hand? A suicide note. You should take a look. A researcher who achieved nothing, a mysterious substance called Oka, and human experimentation. It seems the dead we saw down below were killed by this Oka. They really were conducting human experiments here? Damn. And I was just making an offhand remark back there. Shakes head. I see the Grand Duchess has truly hidden many things. But what was the point of an experiment? I am not surprised the researchers resorted to such base methods. But they should have had some sort of goal. And this researcher hasn't said anything. Seems like some of the material has been destroyed on purpose, but it's unclear if it was done by the miners or the researchers. So we still don't know how those mutated infected came about. Though we know how at least that the miners who are still alive have escaped and saved one. As for this one researcher, that's the only clue to cracking this case. The infected miners left after ransacking this place. They went south, our only clue. We should hurry. How long it will take until the researchers is well enough to field the questions? Hard to tell. She's severely dehydrated and in pretty bad state too, so we should prioritize her recovery. What a plan. We don't know how long it's been since they left, but we should grab the chance to catch up since we know where they went. Though, there's no way we can bring this woman along with us who can't even move on her own. Monster and I will stay here to look after Ksenia. The rest of you go after the miners. Are you sure you want to stay here by yourselves? It is your choice, but I still have to remind you, no one knows what's going on with the mines in the far north, and so no one can guarantee your safety here. We'll keep ourselves safe. You can trust Amia's command. Doctor. You can do it, Amia. I will go with Amia. Doctor, I hope your efforts prove fruitful. Once Ksenia can move again, we'll come find you. Signal should gradually improve upon leaving the contaminated zone. So it's settled. Doctor, if the signal doesn't improve, we'll come back here after we find the miners to regroup with you. Nods. Very good then. This is our backup plan. Let us hurry now. Three days ago. Are you here? Over here, hurry! Yeah, what's the rush? This lousy positioning system works only half the time. Might not even be here. Last time it was a burden beast that escaped just to find some grass to jump on. And this thing only sent a signal to the outpost after it ran more than 10 miles away. How did you know it won't be the same this time? Technically, no one should be at the south exit since it's been sealed for a long time. How did you get here from over there? No, you're not even a member of our squad. What are you doing here? That's my question to ask. This area isn't under your jurisdiction, is it? It's past the time of who cares who's covering where. The one who gets the news and catches the runaway infected first gets the credit. Now get lost, you're in my way. According to you, my squad, I was here first, so the credit goes to my squad, no? Whoever finds those govno first gets the credit. What are you doing here, Tosha? Stop wasting your time with them and continue your search. Over here, they're all hiding, haha! What did he find to laugh like that? Go and see. It's a hole up ahead. They're just huddled in there, thinking we wouldn't find them. Oh, Boja Moa, haha, this is too funny. Yeah, did they think it was a trench? Dosha, Geisha. Take everyone and drag those burden beast brains out here. The positioning data shows that there are quite a few of those runaway infected miners. Do you need our help? How many heads are you in your squad? We're a small one, just 6 of us. That's a big group. If you say so. We're the only two remaining idle squads around here, and we got here first. So, you have to share the spoils even if you don't want to. What? Ah! A shrill shriek breaks off the stale standoff. Sounds of a struggle and bones broken by blunt instruments immediately follow. What's going on? Help! Save me! They've gone mad! Those infected are crazy! You're not wrong. You'll witness both the wrath and madness of the infected.
Reap not what's sown by malice. Che posto stupendo. I'm listening. Son tutto. At least make me lose the coat.
It used to be feared. Well,
I know what
I think there's a lot of miners comparatively.
No one can see me. Son tutta orecchie. Son tutta orecchie. Why the rush? The road to the afterlife is crowded enough. They only follow me into the shadows.
Army light artillery attacks leave behind a burning area. It prioritizes the miners when under a commander's order.
Okay, this is awkward, but I'm the only one who knows how to handle the chaos I created. Divine Judgment Traditional!
Plus, I think the patrol squads especially, and probably Ursus' army in general, is probably not the most consistently well trained. So.
The mad lead the blind. Tis no wonder they never tire.
They only remember follow me into the shadows.
Mission accomplished.
There's nothing to clean up. Let's go.
Flickering pain. Fear forces a swift decision, whether correct or not. Yep, straight into it.
Reap not what's sown by malice.
Whoa! A mech? Fort Breaker. Takes up to 3 block and fight 3 miners at a time. Fires several missiles, dealing AoE damage. Fires more when under commander. No one told me Ursus had mechs.
Oh, I should try adding a jet engine next time. I'm listening. Go ahead. Target discerned.
Oh, they're going over there. I see. Okay. No, wait. No, he's turning.
Where's the most dangerous spot? Send me there. Don't keep it. I will sink your corpse into shadow. No one will find it. What a pity.
Splendida giornata quest'oggi.
Go ahead. Not scared. You've got guts, but that might be all you've got. Mission accomplished.
Not nearly as scary as Colombian power armor. Or Victorian Steam Knight. You say that now. Nah, not nearly as scary. Ksenia. Ksenia, are you awake? How are you feeling? Feeling? I don't know. Am I supposed to feel something? You're not Kaltsit? No, you're never her. Why did I even ask you that? Ska. My head. What am I even saying? I am Monster, an operator of Rhode Island, and also a companion to Kaltsit. Monster. A familiar name. Though, I don't remember where I heard it. And what about you? Why are you... Easy now, no need to rush. I'm the doctor. We're from Rhodes Island. We need your help. So you're indeed connected to Director Coutsett. Rhodes Island. Seraphina talked about that place. What sort of help do you need? What help can I even give you, as I am now? Take this back. Oh, Bog. Burn it. I thought I'd be awake enough to destroy it myself, but it seems staying sober did not save me from this headache anyway. This was written for the dead, and I hope it did not cause you any offense. Well, we did read it. And we have some questions. You are a sarcophagus researcher in Chernobog. Your way of addressing Coutsett proved this as well. That was a long time ago. I was just an assistant then, following Professor Ilya around and running basic data analysis. I barely had any significant ties to the project. But now I see it, the very link is to my ruin. I'd rather all that had never happened at all. But you still treat Coutsett as your director, and the research is still on your mind. Do you know where the sarcophagus is currently located, or where it possibly could have gone? It's complicated to explain, but we really have to find the sarcophagus. No, wait. Explain. What do you mean by currently located? Is it not in Chernobog? What? Ma'am? That was like 5 years ago, ma'am. So not only is the sarcophagus no longer in Chernobog, the city itself has completely changed. I don't know what happened, and I have no clue where it went either. Sorry, I can't help you. And do you know of Artyom Chadayev? How do you know this name? Let's skip that first. You know him, right? Did he ever tell you anything about the sarcophagus? No, I've actually never met him. You what? After the incident in Chernobog that year, someone with that name contacted me by mail. He called himself a friend of Professor Ilya. Expressed his condolences about what happened, and showed a willingness to help out a student of his old friend and recommend me to some of the other laboratories in the country. I once thought it was a nasty joke, until the well-funded labs mentioned in the letter actually came looking for me. This would happen a few more times. Indeed, he gave me many rare opportunities, but even now I have no idea who this man is, or why he helped me. He contacted you again recently. Yes, he invited me to Deity Grifferberg, claiming that there was an important project I could deploy my skills on. But I was tired. What could I even do? Looking back on what I did, all I could bring was more calamity. If I had to choose where to end my miserable life, let it be the frozen soil out here in the far north. Doctor, what do we do now? That project in Grifferberg sounds somewhat suspicious. But it doesn't sound like she knows much about it either. Ksenia, how did you come to know Serafina? The lab had to supervise a mobile medical team in the mining district, so we got acquainted rather quickly. Though we never spoke much to each other, they don't allow researchers to get too close to anyone unrelated to the project. It's a bit too late now. If you wanted to find her, she left the lab with your people. With that group of miners. That's all I know. What kind of experiments did you do on the infected miners? And what is this Oka? A wretched mistake. I didn't know... I had no idea what they would use Oka to do those things. Well, there's still time to rectify mistakes. Central... I mean, it's always Central Far North Mining District. I don't know why I have to keep being told that. The Central Mining District is huge, and all 11 mines are connected by a surface transport system. Stations are installed at every mine to deliver raw ore to be washed, processed, and stored in the warehouse. The map seems to indicate that this is the largest warehouse, and the worker dormitories are right next to it, with the south mine exit behind. This layout. Storing orangenium in a warehouse so close to the dormitories does not mean they trust the miners, but that they absolutely do not care about the hazard posed by active orangenium particles. That's what I was thinking. Like, why would you put the dormitories next to the warehouse? That's crazy. But this is Ursus. Mia. Yes. Did you find something? A chip. I saw it from the research lab terminal. Every miner here has a positioning in them, chip in them. This could be why the miners we met earlier were found by the patrol unit. Before the miners were chasing chose to leave. They must have gotten rid of these. Did they tear out the chips themselves? Shakes head. Meticulous operator. Wow, a new background character. You were right, Captain. In the South dorms, we found bandages, hemostats, and other medical equipment, all Rhodes Island standard issue. There's blood on the bandages and equipment. They turned the metal beds into a makeshift operating table and might have performed surgery on it. I suspect a big fight happened here, and the Ender had to patch up their wounds. So those are normal findings. Jake said. Captain's asking if you've seen any checking chips that are forcibly removed. No signs of any such thing. So, no, we've swept this area. As Eloysius says, the man-made damage inside and outside the warehouse seems to imply a fight broke out. But I think it was a minor scuffle. Unless the fresh snow is covering up some of the aftermath. Nods. Alright, good work. Captain, should we go take a look? There is no answer, but the video walks straight into the warehouse's direction. The soldier pauses, then follows the group's footsteps. Looks like you figured it out, to be honest. I called it a big fight, but... The guardswoman steps to one side and motions Elysium to help lift a waterproof sheet. The revealed hole is filled with uneven matter covered with a white substance that at a glance appears to be thick and dirty snow. The smell doesn't seem to be snow. Correct. It's limestone. Yeah, I was gonna say, and then they buried the corpses in limestone, a classic. And below it is corpses. I told your operator earlier I already investigated the area, and they took it as is, and did not search the place any further. I wasn't going to tell you about this. They probably wanted to burn the bodies first before realizing that they couldn't get a big fire big enough and resorted to whatever was around. Quick lime to cover the stench and waterproof sheet to hide the hole. It worked, since we didn't smell any blood, yeah? Jake said. Captain's saying the dead are patrol unit members. I can't say for sure. I'll climb down the hole and find out just who our unlucky customers are. I'll help. It's fine. Just pull me up later. Aloysius jumps right down and stands on the edge of the hole as she wipes some limestone off. She grabs a sleeve, quickly drops it, and goes over to check the clothes on the next body. Alright, could you help me back up? Before anyone extends their hand, Mantra moves her thick tail down and wraps it around Aloysius to hoist her up. Nice. Then releases her gently onto the ground. Ugh. I've never been treated like this, Jake said. Alright, not the best time for that, so sorry, Captain. I'll get to the point. Most of the bodies down there are indeed patrol unit members, and the first and second layers at least. I found this too. The crowd looks like a fragile crystal fragment in her hand. Most of it has been charred, but the neat circuit proves it used to be a chip. Quite a few on the ground net down here, fragments like this one. Or even less. It seems like they made a difficult choice. You're putting it lightly, Shake said. Captain says the miners probably attracted the patrol unit with their chips and then off them all in one shot. After all, they only got the time to remove everyone else's chips after eliminating their pursuers. And this sort of organization and ability, certainly not your garden variety miners. Their leader definitely has military expertise, or perhaps something else. Something else. An Ursine folktale, the great Yorodzvo descends upon those in distress and leads them out in dire straits. Just a tale born of boredom, though, so don't pay it much mind. But we ought to find them before their actions become more radical. After all, it's just a patrol unit today, but tomorrow it could be the military police, and then it might just be the Royal Guard. Too late for that. We have to find them before things get even worse. Would it really be such a bad thing? Mantra, what are you looking for? Mantra's eyes sweep through her surroundings, and after a long silence, Amia hears her voice in her mind. A young Imperial Guard woman reminded me of something. The Yorostvo. I think I remember seeing those words in Dr. Cowsett's documents. It was related to Ursine research on demons. Long time ago, I too was on Ursine soil. After a few mishaps, I was taken to be a Yorodzvo. Only then did I learn of an unrecorded Ursa secret. So hidden that even libraries in Sargon City of Gold did not know of it.
The people of Ursus venerate the Yorotsvo. They believe the Yorotsvo's love transcends both the mortal realm and suffering. And this is how the power lead one, and this is how it has the power to lead one astray. So you think what's happening here is related to Yorodtsvo? But shouldn't Yorodsvo be at the heart of deity Grifferberg? Only a hunch of mine. Everything has happened here gives me a sense of unsettling familiarity.
Amia follows Mantra's gaze and scans the area, but does not catch anything unusual.
Perhaps I was overthinking it, but I also found some unexpected delight. Radian has left a beacon nearby. News from her. Wonderful. So this is how you and Radian communicate.
Nods.
Back at Babel, Radian was my first assistant. But her talent far exceeded that role, and she led her own squad after becoming an elite operator. I heard there used to be many on Rhodes Island who feared you before Radian joined us. Occasionally, it proves to be true. Some of our colleagues are better at speaking than thinking, and interactions can be problematic. I am no expert at explanation. That is how my fearsome reputation got passed around the Rhodes Island water coolers. A few emergency operations where I probed into mines without prior notice. And after several rounds of exaggerated retellings, I became a witch who could stick my hand into their heads to toy with their minds. Oh, I heard this one. In a story Teresa told me. I thought it was a Sarkaz legend. Perhaps that was a true Sarkaz tale. The speaker would have been defending me in saying that. After Radian joined Babel, she stood among those defending my reputation. But today, Elysium is the flag bearer in that regard, as are you. It's our responsibility.
Nods.
Just as I thought. Found them.
Mantra reaches out to wipe snow off the beacon's base, and slowly the symbols on it are revealed. She feels the faint signals left on them, and some words gradually float into her mind. Ursus Casimir's border reunion. "3 days ago. You know what, Doctor? We beat those patrol unit monsters. Please calm down and don't move, it's a deep wound. No big deal. My life would have been well lived even if all I managed was ending the life of those brutes. How can I ever relax like this? I had never imagined this. Those high and mighty patrol unit guys couldn't either, I bet. Now, one day they would have to bow down to the infected. He even asked us to spare his life. Luckily, I went straight for his head. Rankin was right. No one can tread on us forever. We'll drag those old bastards down from their ivory towers one by one and let them have a taste of the ground. Rankin, I've already searched the place. A total of 10 Ursine medium-sized military trucks with little fuel left. If everyone gets on, it only lasts us around 200 kilometers. Besides weapons and medicine, we found some food and water. It's not much, though. It's no medicine either.
That's pretty good already.
I don't think those were worth the price we paid. Right, we discovered a container door with extra encryption on it. We need an identification code.
Yeah. Can anyone tell me what the other secrets are lying around here? Patrolling the mines at this hour, on this day? No one telling me you stumbled here from boredom.
I don't know. I'm just a driver, no better than a burden beast. I go wherever the captain tells me to.
The code of your life, choose.
I don't know. I really don't know. I've never even given us the code. They've never given us the code to prevent the goods from running off. Only the recipient can open it.
Running off? What kind of thing would do that? Answer me. What the hell's inside those containers? Nikto, give me one of those explosives.
Ronkin, what are you...
Just do as I say.
Ronkin sticks a small orangenium bomb on the container's lock. A simple move, but he almost drops it from how fast he's breathing. Uh-oh. The door slowly falls open. Ronkin sees no fewer than 30 to 40 bodies packed in a 10-meter squared container, all long deceased with no exception. Some had struggled to the very last, the orangenium crystals piercing into the neighbors with bloody, messy wounds. No doubt, they were stuffed in here while still alive. Ronkin can no longer tell what stole their lives away, and he does not wish to think about it.
Did you know?
What?
Drop the act. Who was it? Who gave you the order?
Oh, the mine boss. No, the Grand Duchess. She made us do it. She cares about the miners here. Those in charge here get punished if the head count drops. They always have to patch up the gap by buying some infected with their own funds. Whenever one miner escapes, sometimes they get non-infected to solve their problem and it costs more. But I have nothing to do with all that. Look, you already killed the actual bad guys. I'm just a driver who listens to his boss. I'm the same as you, right? Infected, sir, please. Let me go. I promise I'll desert the patrol unit. Just pretend I died.
Nah. We're different, you and I. None of us willingly became infected, but you had a choice. You could have chosen not to stand on the same side as those murderers. There's no reason I should forgive you.
Rankin, we're done organizing the food we found. Those patrol unit guys have a good. Tonight we can... Father?
What?
Father, is that really you? Wonderful, please explain it to him. Tell him I'm not evil. My father's an infected. How could I hate them? Ganea, didn't you go to Grifferberg? I did, I really did. I didn't lie to you. But I needed some money to stay alive, even in Grifferberg. They don't just hand out bread and mead. Being a driver was the only option I had. Father, please save me. I'll never do this again.
Haley.
He silently stares at the oblivious elder miner, then gestures at Holly with his head to look at the container.
I won't try to reform him, much less release him. If he truly is your son.
Ronkin throws a knife on the ground and walks away. No, wait. This is not my boy, is it? Father? Even the late autumn weather fails to prevent the corpse's rotting stench from spreading out into the air. The old miner gaze shifts between the mess of the mangled limbs in the dark depths of the container and the tall young man before him. Finally, he shakes his head incessantly, as if refusing to believe the truth. My son wouldn't say such words. He wouldn't do something like something this disgraceful. You're just a damned bastard. Why do you wear my son's skin? Why did you live inside his body? Originally trembling, the old miner explodes into rage, knocking the man down to the ground. His fist rains like a storm, as if trying to drive something out of the body. The man has no strength to resist. Who are you? Who the hell are you? Oh, poor Gehenna. His soul could have been saved. This isn't how it should have been. It was you, Abomination, that left him with nowhere to go. Just die. Wow.
Mission accomplished.
Well then.
There is one more thing, though. Logistics gave me far too much tea and cake. Would everyone like to help me lighten the load?
Final ecstasy. Everyone knows that happiness is neither lasting nor eternal. So what? At least eat something, Holly. Look, white bread, you don't see it much outside the cities. Ugh. Huh? They've started singing. Nikto, look! Found you at last! Come on, Nikto, oddball, city dweller, professor, and cynic. Let's dance. It's just the right kind of music. Now isn't the time for dancing. The bonfire is going to draw attention in the darkness. But we found a tractor and a bunch of supplies. Not much, but enough to get us further away from this blasted place. Isn't that worth celebrating? Unchipped, out of the mines, beat the patrol units, and now we have a tractor and supplies. It's beyond my wildest dreams. Where are Vatochki and Ronkin? You're always looking for them. It's not like you're bound to each other. It's okay to give them a little breathing room, you know. I do happen to know where Ronkin is, though. Besides that bonfire that you don't like, want to join us? Last question. Who's playing the accordion? You'll find out if you come with. Nikto takes the gloveless hand offered to him. The palm is rough but warm, different from any other of in those memories that he has intentionally forgotten. They walk in the direction of the bonfire and music. I said he was here. Yes, he is here. Many times Nikto saw him clench his hands into fists or swing a weapon. Nikto could not imagine how those hands, knotted with scars and thick with veins, could operate something as delicate as an accordion. He plays accordion? Yeah, what about it? By the fireside, Ronkin's callous fingers leap across the keyboard as he gently pulls and presses the bellows. Music fills the air. See? I told you. Come, don't just stand there. It's not like we get to relax every day. She catches him like a hunter catches prey as he's brought into the crowd. His feet instinctively begin to step in rhythm. Nikto was once an excellent dance partner. He tried to stop thinking about that once when he came to the mining district. Get that frown off your brow and everything off your mind. Just dance, let your body move, and rid yourself of all your troubles. The crowd moves and sings to the beat, responding to the rhythm with every joint in their bodies. It is the simplest, most primitive form of dance. Nikto exhales and begins to move, bending his knees, kicking and spinning, every movement animated and rhythmic. I knew it! You can dance! See? I figured no one could deny the energy here. Nikto does not answer, continuing to kick and turn mechanically, unemotionally. Step forward, step back, jump and turn until the next down beat. He takes the hands of his dance partner and begins to lead the dance. Wow. No need to thank me. No humility in you is there, but it's clear that you're really good at dancing, even to an untrained eye. Your speed and this magic under your feet, it's almost like flying. What do they call it? Has? Enchantement? Call it the pathetic instincts of an ornament. What do you mean? There is no explanation. Stepping energetically in time, Nikto pulls his partner towards him, then pushes her in the opposite direction. Laughing, she runs into a young man without a partner, but eager to try, and so Nikto lets go and hands her over to her new partner. By the time the dance has ended, Nikto is standing very near Ronkin. Take one step back and he would be sitting by Ronkin's side. But Nikto does not do so. Before he opens his mouth, he reminds himself, do not press. Ask Ronkin about the truth calmly, gently. Do not cause a commotion. Do not interrupt this rare moment of joy. I didn't know you played accordion. I didn't know you danced. I guess we were not close enough to share everything. There is something you must tell me, if you really consider me a friend. You went to see Holly. Is he still not eating? What did you expect? We need to talk, Ronkin. Ronkin sighs, brings the melody to a close, and hands the accordion to a nearby miner. Nikto recognizes the face of Pavel, Bogina's brother. Is Bogina still running a fever? He does not know. Pavel takes the accordion and begins to sing an unfamiliar song. Lively, soaring yet sad. Sweet, soft, fragile flower, lean against the oak tree. Hang not your head, nor sway with the wind. Let's talk over here. Ronkin gets up, and they leave the crowd and the commotion behind. You didn't need to do that. You could have done it yourself, like you usually did. I would have praised you for your kindness. If you had sent Holly, I don't know if it's Holly or Haley, Holly though. Holly away on some sort of pretext when you did the deed. But why did you make Holly do it? Ronkin the noble, Ronkin the hero. Is it enough that you've triumphed over the foe? Did you need to torture your own comrades like that? Does it make you happy, make your victory more glorious? Why did you... Because I was angry. Yes, I won't make any excuses. Pretend that I expected Holly to let his son go. This is what I wanted. I'm happy about it. Should I be calm? Should I be merciful? End his pain like you said? Why should I? Did you think the people who were loaded into their containers did not beg for mercy, beg for someone to end their pain? You accuse me of being unkind. Who would accuse those beasts on their behalf? I do not understand them. They look human and they speak the language of humans, but their deeds are more monstrous than any monster. How could they prey upon their own kind like that, so calmly, so coldly?
This difference frightens me. It's as though we never shared the same human dignity with them. If they're not the monsters, then it must be me who is the monster. Ronkin's words are clear, his tone impassive. As he gazes into the Black Knight, Nikto wants to turn Ronkin's head around and make him say it to Nikto's own face. But he does nothing. Silence. But you're right. I don't need to do that. It's pointless. You're torturing yourself, Ronkin. You shouldn't pretend to be as strong as you think you are. And you shouldn't demand that others be as strong. It's not my place to accuse you. You carry the responsibility of everyone on your shoulders. You must become the hero. It's a remarkable thing. But you can't pretend that the fear and hesitation in your heart doesn't exist. You're trying to hide from yourself. The result is what happened today. You lost control. It's dangerous. You don't know what you might do the next time your emotions get the better of you. Thank you for the warning. I'll remember it. Let's gather the others and put the bonfire out. It's time to go. How far until the next village? Let's wait a while longer. They're happy. They haven't been so happy for a long time. We found a vehicle and we're one step closer to the Kajimersian border. Let them enjoy themselves a little longer and warm themselves up a bit. You enjoyed yourself when you danced just now, didn't you? What about Holly? Do you still care about how he feels? He won't eat anything, and he's not responding to people talking to him. He'll come around. You can keep thinking that way if it makes you feel better. Ronkin turns around, takes a few steps towards the campfire. Before stopping in his tracks, he turns back around and walks in the other direction until he leaves behind a friend with whom he has developed differences and the comrades still enjoying themselves. He keeps walking until the scene of unfading crimson once again fills his thoughts. What do I do, Ronkin? I think my skull's crushed. There's blood everywhere. Help me, Ronkin. I don't want to die. Ronkin. Sorry. You accept it. Accept pain as you accept mortal pleasure. Accept death as you accept the life that Ursus grants. Therein lies salvation. Yes, I accept. Who are you? Who the hell are you? Our souls could not have been could have been saved. This isn't how it should have been. It was you, abomination, that set us adrift, never to find salvation. It's your fault that we have nowhere to go. Abandon all hope. All of you. You never had anywhere to go. Nadia, why are you here? Is Vitochki not with you? I came to find you, Ronkin. Why? Is there something I can help you with? No, I would like to help you. No. You killed that thing. It became your revelation. To carry the burden of all. I understand your pain.
It is painful to carry the burden of the life and death of others, to carry the burden of duty. How could it not be? I witnessed how your soul became torn and tattered, but I do not have the cure. I could not compliment your courage, for it was the source of your pain.
Thank you for understanding. But there is no need to pity me. I chose this duty for myself. Besides, no. I never believed in revelations. I've always done what I thought was right.
Yes, you chose it yourself. Poor boy. No one can save you except yourself. I can only send you my sincere blessings that one day you will find salvation from pain and the peace that you desired.
The old woman puts a withered hand on Ronkin's chest, and he feels his chest filled with warmth. Ronkin touches his chest. Was he too tired or hallucinating? He does not feel his heartbeat. I wonder where Radiant went, though. Like, they put a thing that said Kashmir's border, but are they with the infected guys still? We haven't seen them. Since you asked, let's start with the crackdown in the mining district. It began with people who had too much time on their hands, who discovered a new substance deep within an exhausted mine shaft. Of course, we began to study it. The infected are one thing, but why can't we leave the mining district either? There's nothing coming out of the mines. Miners are being shut inside their quarters, unable to go to work. Who knows if the orangenium veins inside have really dried up? Let's sit and wait. The Grand Duchess won't abandon us. Wait, what's the point in waiting? They're not issuing our salaries or supplies. Why not just let us leave then? Not everyone is so carefree like you. I've got a mother to provide for. I've got news. The mines haven't been exhausted. What? Really? Guess what we found at the bottom of the mine? The orangenium's grown back? No, you don't have any imagination. Imagination leads to futile hope, which leads to deaths. I don't want to die yet. So, what exactly did you find? Geologists from Bresk say that it's a geological fault, not exhaustion. Faults cause shifts in rock formation, resulting in orangenium ore seemingly disappearing when it's been transformed. Can you explain it in a way that a non-geologist could understand? Meaning that the orangenium ore is gone, but something new has appeared. Look at this, fresh out of the hole. I'm taking it to the lab for analysis. Here's your chances to help. The excited researcher takes out a flask of black liquid, the surface of which is smooth as a mirror, and shakes it gently. Are you sure? But, I'm no geologist, but I don't think faults turn rock from solid to liquid. Are you sure they didn't make it up just so that we'll have something to do? I went down myself, alright? The stuff's everywhere. It's like an underground river. The miner said the orangenium ore was gone, but it's only been transformed into this stuff. You have a chance to be a co-author of my paper. You should be more grateful. Fine, I'll come.
Like, I don't know you just wanted to use my lab. And what about you? Yours is the tidiest. Indeed, how could a fault turn oranginium ore from solid to liquid? But there is no need for us to doubt the truth that was as plain as day. After swift analysis and comparing the results, we confirmed it was a substance the likes of which we've never seen before, and we named it Oka. Then the Grand Duchess's orders came. Yeah, also, if a fault shift, wouldn't that have been indicated by an earthquake? I'm no geologist, but I did not expect it to be a liquid, though. That's interesting. Wait. No, wait a second. A black liquid from underground? Did they discover the last remnants of Terran oil? Can oil fight demonic corruption? Go straight ahead into human testing. Who ordered it? The director? No, not even on the director's orders. We don't understand its nature, and we haven't begun animal testing or energy testing. We're being too hasty. I'm going to find him. There's no point of talking to the director. The volunteer quota has already been filled up, and Lakota is moving towards the tests. Besides, this comes directly from the Grand Duchess. She wants results in 2 weeks. 2 weeks? That's not enough to find out its half-life. I don't like this. If you don't like it, then you can leave the Oka research. I was in charge of extracting the active component of Oka, and I worked with Lakota to develop the animal testing reagent. Of course I want to continue. I just don't think this is right, or to go straight to human testing with zero idea what might happen. The sooner we get the results, the sooner the Grand Duchess lets me go home. That's my only concern right now. Like I told you, not everyone is as carefree as you are. But so it has a half-life. So is it just a pure element? Like a new element specifically? Because if it was like if it was made up of other elements, then they would know what its half-life should be. I guess. I don't know. The human experiments began regardless. I was excluded and did not have access to the experimental data. I wanted to figure out the nature of Oka and why it appeared in the mines, so the experiments on lab must be showed no progress. At my wit's end, I even thought about experimenting on myself. I never did, of course, because I learned that those so-called volunteers were not volunteers after all. What are they even experimenting with? Like... They're just injecting it into a person and seeing what happens? That's not much of an experiment.
You need to get out of here, Ksenia. Serafina, how did you get in here? I thought there were guards at the door. Are there new volunteers from the miners? Listen to me, Ksenia. Those miners never volunteered. Even the patients who were in our medical posts were forcibly conscripted. Your colleagues was such a smooth liar that I didn't detect she was lying at first, even when she said they volunteered. What? All of those volunteers who participated in the experiments never volunteered. They never came back. Whatever's happening here goes against all scientific ethics. You remember Vitochki, the bell toller, the one who stammers a little? Good girl. She remembers everyone in the mining district, and she told me Ronkin, told Ronkin, the foreman, as soon as she noticed that people had gone missing. First the infected miners, then their non-infected families. Ronkin went missing for a while too, reappearing with the bodies of a few miners who had gone missing. Gosudar Batushka. So when Lakota said that the experiments were paused because of equipment theft. I don't know the details about your situation, but the miners have left their quarters and are coming to the mine. They want an explanation. Miners are mostly infected, and they have the strength of numbers. Guards can't stop them if they're determined to force the issue. There will be blood. But I never heard about any volunteers showing rejection symptoms, much less death. Are you sure? No, I'm not. Do you have the experiment data? No, I've been looking for the director all day to request access, but I haven't been able to find him. I don't know what you're researching here. Ultimately, the worst that can happen to the infected is to be incinerated. If this place still retains the function of a hospital, as His Imperial Majesty hoped, then you can check the incinerator or the morgue. After that, you can come to the medical team's camp if you want to come with me.
I didn't accept Serafina's invitation. But she was right. Clothing without owners was stacked haphazardly in the basement. The incinerator was still running. The last person keeping watch of the place had left, leaving behind bodies that had not yet disintegrated, scattered like clothes. The volunteers who participated in the experiment died en masse in the span of just 2 weeks. The impact of Oka on the human body was beyond doubt.
As was the case with the human experiments, I was excluded from the evacuation. The lab was empty by the time I went back to the basement, learned the truth, and put all the still intact bodies in cold storage. In fact, I can only guess that there was an evacuation. I don't know where they went, the director, Lakota, or anyone else. Thinking back on it, it was just like Chernobog, except this time, I was the one in the lab. You were too young at the time, and you were on the project as a student intern. You were not on the list of core staff. How did you know? Were you...
I understand. We found Dominion pollution in the mining district.
The Royal Guard was here, not anymore.
Before you passed out, you said that Oka could kill a Royal Guard. Then you said the miners killed a Royal Guard. Which one is true, or are they both true?
Short. I don't think there's anything to talk about. How does an ordinary person who was born and raised in Ursus describe the sudden collapse of the violence that had dominated her life for so long? The Royal Guards are the stuff of nightmares to the children of Ursus. They watch your every word and action, so you are cautious and careful, so you are well behaved and obedient. They are invincible, undefeatable. When you suddenly witness the death of one, it only means that something even more terrible has appeared.
The miners touched by Oka killed the Royal Guard.
No. I don't know anything about it. Forget I ever said anything. I didn't see anything, and you didn't hear anything. Just leave. I've told you everything you wanted to know. Everything I can tell you.
Even if all this does accelerate the deaths of the infected, it would still be an unimaginable disaster if it got out. Leave aside the questions for who killed the Royal Guard, or even if anyone killed them at all. We don't know if the fleeing infected miners came into contact with the substance.
If they did, and it is contagious, they would not have allowed the researchers to live. The changes brought on by Oka are not necessarily contagious, at least based on the experiment data and I have managed to find. They haven't begun comparative observation yet.
Do you still have a sample?
No. What would you intend to do with it?
It's not about what we intend to do, it's about what we can do. We'll get our hands on a sample to find out.
But all the samples are you going into the mines now?
Seems to be the only option. Don't you want to find out what Oko really is?
Reap not what's sown by malice. Your lives are mine to protect. I'm prepared to fight. Where do you wish to go? This endless burn. You needn't fear. I'm listening.
There's an objective up there.
I know what you can't hide your fear.
Okay, this is awkward, but I'm the only one who knows how to handle the chaos I created. I knew you'd come sky shattering!
Axia! Whoa. Army frontline commander fights one miner and commands army enemies. Kind of looks like a
Am I up?
less powerful Royal Guard.
Whoever said a wheelchair couldn't get up onto a steel beam. I am Dublin. Target eliminated.
No one can see me. They only... You stepped into my domain.
I'm in position. Target crippled.
Inquiry!
Standing by.
Go ahead.
I need him to like walk a little bit closer. Just a little bit closer to me, please.
Finally. Am I up?
Real estate question. This wonderful realm.
We'll just shoot him like this. That's fine.
Shattering.
Mission accomplished. Good, good. I had no idea you were so clever and learned. I was going to ask you help me make my atham, but with such a good head on your shoulders, I'm feeling a little bad now.
Nowhere to find. A bonfire, a house, an answer, or perhaps a love that can be felt.
Please, this is no time for excuses.
New slugs! We didn't get introduced to them though.
Che posto stupendo.
I'm listening. Don't keep me cooped up.
Hide your fear.
Looks like they have a reflect.
Where's the most dangerous spot? Send me there. Not swimming. You've got guts, but that might be all you've got. Oh, I should try adding a jet engine next time.
Monster. In position.
Flowers invite. The lady in suit and tie stands with her blade.
I'm in position. Target eliminated.
Well, they lost their shell.
Inquiry.
Standing by. Finally. Am I up?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Target disarm.
What a pity. Engaging. Standing by.
Real estate question. This wonderful realm. Apple pie with char siu.
Do you need a break?
No. I was just...
You have reservations. We can look for it ourselves, Shake said.
I chose to be your guide. Besides, I want to know about the truth of Oka too. Worst case scenario, I guess they exile me.
The path ahead seems safe, Doctor. I did not detect any life forms. Ksenia glances at Monster, then quickly and awkwardly looks away. You notice the researcher has been following Monster quietly, looking to her from time to time. Even Monster has noticed it now. You keep glancing at me, Ksenia. Do I look weird?
But no. It's just seeing your back, or seeing you brings back memories.
What memories?
You see, the problem is that I don't remember them clearly. It's so distant that it's become faded and indistinct, like ink on a piece of paper that's been submerged in water. But may I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course. I only hope I can answer them.
You said your name is Monster?
Yes, that's what they call me.
Monster.
Should choose on an unfamiliar name.
Monster, do you feel cold?
Huh?
What I mean is you're quite lightly dressed. I can give you my jacket if you need it. It'll at least keep the wind off you before we enter the mines. I guess it might be a little too old.
I get it. There's no need. It took me a while to process it because you're the first one to ask me this question. But no, I'm really not cold. Shake head at Monster, nod to Ksenia. I don't know what either of these are implying. Nod to Ksenia? Sure.
Alright. Perhaps your constitution is strong and the cold doesn't bother you.
Yes, I'm strong. It's alright, Ksenia. You can trust us. We'll be walking together for a while. Feel free to ask any questions.
Right. You said you were colleagues of Director Kautsit. Is Director Kautsit well?
Were you close with her?
I wouldn't say that. I was Professor Ilya's assistant. I didn't have much interaction with Director Kautsit personally. All I remember is a few...
Ksenia.
Yes, Professor.
Why isn't the experiment data from this morning on my desk?
I'm sorry. I'll go get it right now.
How many times do I have to tell you? You need to be able to keep up with the pacing if you want to be part of the project. And if all I wanted was someone to copy instrument readings onto paper, my 3-year-old daughter could do it. And what are these scribbles? Energy conversion equations? Do your job first, Ksenia, before you try anything new. Okay, I had to check because I wasn't sure. I was pretty sure Ilya was Fulnik's mother, except Fulnik's mother is Lilia. So, but it has to be the same person. They either typoed her name or changed it or something. But like, it would be weird if two characters working on the sarcophagus project were Ilya and Lilia. They might have changed it, the localization. I don't know. That's interesting though. It's likely Flinnick's mother though, which is what I was thinking. What is this? Oh, Director Katsit, it's nothing to waste your time on. Ksenia is still young. It'll take a time for her to get used to working on an active project. I'll take responsibility for any mistakes. Did you come here with this equation? Did you come up with this equation yourself? Yes. The theoretical model is quite creative, and the simulation model is sound. The equation would form the basis of highly efficient power supplies if it can be successfully established. Kinetic energy loss has not been taken into account, however, and more validation of the data is necessary. Good grief. I'm sorry, Director Katsit. There's no need to apologize. You took initiative. You wanted to be part of what's going on. You can still listen in on the next report session, if you want. Really? And don't be so hard on her, Ilya. One should encourage the enthusiasm of youth appropriately. You made worse mistakes when you were her age. You're right, I understand. Thank you. It's true that Director Katsa inspired me at one point. Like many who were there, I had hoped that research into the sarcophagus would yield a new form of clean energy that could benefit everyone. That way, miners would be liberated from dangers of the mines, and the lives of the infected would no longer be needed to fuel this monstrosity by the name of Ursus. I was young, naive. It never occurred to me that a country's character, like the character of a person, is not so easily shaken or changed. Regardless, I was very happy I got to hear Director Calcett's name after the accident. I thought maybe I could have a chance to see her again? About that, Ksenia. Sorry, forget I ever said anything. I assume it's something you may not answer. I just thought you look like you might know the director. Perhaps you knew her, knew where she went if she's doing well. But I suppose it was never my place to know. Ksenia. Yes. You'll see Calcett again, I promise. So you mean she's still... I'm delighted to hear that. We'll see Calcett again, won't we, Doctor? Yeah. yeah. I'll look forward to it. Should I get the chance, I would like to go to this Rose Island that Director Calcett founded, in which Serafina has mentioned. One moment. Something's not right. We didn't see anyone on the way, did we? No miners, and even though we're very near the mine shafts, we haven't seen a single guard and single patrol unit. Well, the Grand Duchess put the entire mining district on lockdown, and a lot of them died. I know about the lockdown, but the transfer... No, what I know is completely different. I thought the only problem was the failure of the Oka experiments. I never heard anything about the mining district being cleaned up. It's definitely strange. We've hardly encountered any resistance since we entered the district. The missing miners, where did they go? Far North Tundra. Not 3 days ago. It must be present day. Ronkin puts the finishing touches by carving on the door of the carriage and then throws away the rock. I know how to draw this symbol now. I'll help next time. Sure, you can do it next time. I'm done over here. Have we gotten the stuff out of the other containers? Pavel's side is done. The last 2 containers didn't have much in the way of useful supplies. Should we remove the mechanical components and take them with us? You said you used to work in the machine factories in the city. Yeah. Take a few parts that can be used on other machines. Maybe we can sell them for money. Assuming anyone would buy them. I guess she is with them, okay. She just wasn't in the campfire scene. We must also take the injured into account. Vespoja Serafina. We have too many injured. It's not realistic to immediately continue the journey on foot. We need rest. Ronkin, we took inventory and we should have enough food to last 2 or 3 days if we ration it. It should last us until the next village. I thought there'd be more, but I suppose we should be glad to have what we have. Patochki found some nuts stockpiled by musk beasts. It'll sate the hunger for a while and it doesn't spoil easily. Right now, we need medical supplies more than we need food. Where do we find it? Only way is the nomadic cities, or a mobile medical post, if we can contact one. Ronkin looks towards Radian. I can attempt to contact a nearby medical post. Thank you, Vespoja Serafina. Don't thank me so soon. I have a condition. We appreciate what you and your team have done for us, but in our current circumstances, the injured must stay put while I attempt to contact the mobile medical posts. It's my judgment as a medical professional that they need rest. The kind of rest that isn't bumpy. Who are you taking? Lydia, Pavel, and a few sweet talkers who could coax coins out of their supervisors. You don't like those slick dockers from the ore washing plant? It has nothing to do with my preferences. Why not me? Because I might argue with you? We're seeking help from a nearby village, not soliciting donations from a noble banquet in Grifferberg. Barin. Your way won't work with the farmers who can't even write their own name. Is Barin just Baron? Yeah, pretty much. So this guy was a noble. Tell me that again and I'll break your nose. You'll break your knuckles on it. You don't think seeking help from the village is a good idea? Right. Until Vespoja Serafina makes contact with the mobile medical post. However, we can't sit around doing nothing. We're not injured. We sat around doing nothing. We sang and we danced. You played the accordion. All past tense. Our supplies will run out soon. We must do what I can. I must do what I can before that happens. While we're gone,
I need you to stay here and take care of those staying behind.
I doubt the villagers will be charitable this time.
Of course, few people are glad to open their door and see an infected standing in it. We've already learned that.
How long has Ronkin been in there? Should we check it out?
Calm down, Ronkin told us to wait.
But last time...
Come out, Vatochki. I know you were following us. Ronkin must have known too. He chose not to say anything. Why didn't you just stay behind with Nikto and the others? You need to take care of your babushka, don't you?
Babushka said it's alright. I wanted to help, so I came here to help.
Did Nikto know that you came with us? He might have thought that you went missing.
I left a note.
That works. You know, I thought you could be useful with us, but Ronkin wouldn't have it.
Where is Uchitel gone?
He's going to negotiate with them, so see if we can get some food.
Oh, what do we have to trade?
Parts from the vehicles.
But he went over empty-handed.
Maybe he wanted to show that he means no harm. People might get the wrong idea if he was holding a weapon or a chunk of metal.
But he didn't take anything last time either, and those people stalled for time while they sneaked someone out to call for the patrol units. I have to help him.
Pavel, short, wait up. Stop it.
Ronkin's inside.
The miner covers his colleague's mouth with his hand and pulls him to one side. They can hear the indistinct sound of talking coming from inside the house. Understood. Sound of metal grinding. We've informed. Sound of impact. Something doesn't sound right.
Move.
Promise you won't just kick down the door and I'll let go. Nods. As soon as he can breathe again, the miner points towards the back door of the house. There, clear as day on the snow, is a row of footprints leading away from the house. Govno. One of you go knock on the door, act anxious and spin a story when they answer the door.
Why don't you go? If they got Ronkin, whoever knocks on the door is next, isn't it?
I'll go. No, but Vatochki taps lightly on the door with her knuckles.
The sound from inside ceases. Who's there?
Keep knocking.
Knock so soon.
What's going on? Sir? Are you alright, Ronkin? Lydia, I told you to wait outside. Vatochki, what are you doing here?
Oh, you're all miners who came out from under orders to find supplies.
Yes, sir. I must apologize for what that fool did. He spends so much time underground that he's forgotten how to tell a good person from a bad one.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We had a bad experience when we tried to seek help from another village. I thought this would be the same.
Pavel,
you're honest about things, I have a fair idea how people from other villages treat the infected. Most of Ursus is like that. But you're not those infected that don't care about authority and just want to cause trouble. You're minors, right? Yes. You know, of course, that we can't... what? That we can't leave the mining district without permission from high up. This is our foreman right here. They told him not to go back until he's found supplies. Would the bosses leave you to starve if you don't find it? Yes, it's not so bad for adults like us, but kids like Vitochki over here, how are they supposed to grow without eating? Vitochki, this girl, she's a minor too. How old are you? Let me guess, 10? 15. Crazy guess. 10 is kind of a crazy guess. Shy, like my daughter. She might have a child your age now, if she's still alive. She went to the mines after she got the stone disease. Not around these parts. To the east, the northern tundra, it's further away anyhow. The mines are good. Don't worry, Daduchka. Daduchka, Grandpa, huh? I don't even know how and when she got sick. She wouldn't say. I haven't heard from her in a long time. Let's not talk about that. Sounds like you have people running your mining district. Some places don't care about their miners at all, giving them nothing to eat, and they don't get them any other way out either. I heard some miners got so desperate they ran away. They'd rather risk the patrol units. Can you help us? My wife went out to discuss things with the others before you came in. So those footprints were... You have the parts, Lydia. Oh, right here. Ronkin takes the cloth packages and gives it to the old man. Here, you should be able to replace the aging parts on your harvester with it. In exchange for the food you shared with us. Sure. Honestly, I don't know anything about harvesters, other than that it's been broken for a while. Do you mind helping me fit the pot on if you want to help? I'll take a look. I used to work in a machine factory. That's great. You really managed to get food. A fair bit of it, too. Gennady says it was a good year for crops, but his harvester is broken. They managed to harvest the most of it by hand, only to have surplus grain sitting around in the granaries because the caravans didn't come this year. Life is hard for everyone without cash. Still, they're willing to barter with us rather than waiting until spring to sell. Lydia says those parts are worth more than most of us. As far as we're concerned, food is priceless. I don't know if Mosawat's a real thing. I tried to look it up, but many things come up, none of which is definitely not what they're talking about. Must you go so soon? Yes, we've accomplished our mission. It's time to go back. I had hoped that you would fill your bellies before you go. If you want, there are a few houses on the west end of the village that might have been empty, or that have been empty since the previous inhabitants left. Your group can take shelter there, make a fire, and get warm and make some food.
Spasibo. I can't tell you how grateful I am.
There's no need. The girl helped us repair the harvesters this year. We're the ones who should thank you. Besides, it's not like we did much. Normally, we don't touch the collective food stores for winter. Patrol units are less frequent these days, but it's a chore when the tax collectors come around. All we old folks did was take a little grain out of our own reserves, so that you can go back and say you've done your job. Not like there's anything else we can help with.
Maybe you can tell us your daughter's name. We can try to ask when we, return to the mining district.
Oh, she's not here in the far north. She's in the northern tundra far to the east.
Just tell me.
Well, I suppose it can do no harm. Her name is Milana.
A pair of blank, soulless eyes gaze out from the darkness. The cracking of the bonfire hides his indistinct mutter.
Achieve salvation.
Wait a
Well,
moment.
that's fine.
I need to collect tissue samples.
Abnormal oranginium slug. These slugs have mutated due to environmental changes in the mines caused by an unknown substance. Approach with care, as they are highly unstable. They take less damage and deal arch damage to the attacker. The miners though can remove the effect. Okay. Another tutorial. Defense of the mad. The definition of a lie is the truth you believe in. Or not a tutorial, but a special mission. Some sort of story fight. No, no. Ah! The young woman falls to the ground before your eyes, a black spear growing out of her body. Next to her body, a man is flailing with his legs, trying to push himself away from this dangerous place. Monster! Black is closing in. Black, black, black. Everything is black except for bright red blood. You can't even tell if you're facing something that is living or not. Do not fear, not one step back. Stand up if you still have the strength. Ah! The black seeps through the bodies, some of whom are miners, some of whom were guards, and some of whom were just ordinary Ursines. The constant screams make it very clear that whether you turn to run or not, the spears appearing out of thin air will catch you. You can only watch as the spears continue to rise from the ground, impaling body after body, threatening to blanket the entire ground. Suddenly the spear removes themselves from the mountain of corpses, forming a longsword in the hand of the Black Shadow. The entity raises its sword and points it towards you, speaking in an indistinguishable voice.
You would die standing.
No, I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die here.
Hope. It's a good thing, but futile. Is that...
Soldier question mark? Those are different soldiers than the patrol units, I think. Rankin, we're here to help. Rankin. You, Renat. We're here to help. You're here. You're here to help me, my comrades, you're here. We'll fight side by side, just like old times. Just like old times. That must be a hallucination. Surround him, just like old time. One falls, another takes his place. Follow me.
Fool.
You feel the heat coming from behind you like a burning fire that spreads all over you. It makes your blood run hot, and your eyes wide and clear. They shout your name and you push forward. In the embrace of solidarity. You leap and take aim at what seems to be the thorax of the black entity, and impale it. Sick. Death. Ugh. There is no sound of blood dripping, no convulsion, only the resistance of the blade growing lesser and lesser until it disappears altogether.
I see. I see. Gabrielis.
As the last syllable leaves his mouth, the uniform propped up by the shadow goes limp and stops resisting. You have put an end to the monster, with courage, with determination, with heart, with the support of friends who never existed. That was sick art. Your hands are heavy. Where are you? He's down, he's down! Who? Ronkin, we killed him! Killed who? Black? Snow. Not enough. One obstacle dead and gone, but the snow is everywhere. Abominable snow. The snow will not stop. Rankin? Rankin! What do we do now? Rankin! 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 The crowd rushes toward you like the tide. They raise you up, and they pull you back down. You have felt this sense of weightlessness before. The crowd shouts, the crowd yells. Someone who should not have been here shouts your name in the deafening echoes. Rankin! You close your eyes and go back into the forest with his words. A border garrison unit, a one-way mission. You are not there. Won. We won. As you rise and fall, you look towards the black dust in the distance which has yet to fully disperse. Black smoke seeps out from every hole and gap in the uniform, like countless tiny tentacles greedily wrapping and covering it until it is completely hidden. Under the black smoke, the uniform once again takes human shape, as though he never died. We did it. The executioner dead. Those patrol units are no match for us now. Let's finish them.
No, wait. Who's that? Impossible. You're dead.
The purity of death is a blessing that neither you nor I deserve. Besides, I never died.
Filthy lich.
Well, whoa there, dude. What the liches have to do with this? The heck are those?
I wonder how you will view your own cold rage when you learn the truth. When you learn that the power you used to feed me never belonged to you, that even your deepest desires is but a fleeting dream.
You can't scare Ronkin, and you can't scare us. We'll kill you over and over how many times it takes until you can't stand up again, until you can't even speak again. The butterflies are hurting him. But they also killed the miners. So I guess the butterflies are Oka representation? That's right. Like this, right, Ronkin?
Yes. You can't scare us.
Mission accomplished.
The nights of deep autumn are cold in Ursus. Snow falls from the branches as cold wind blows. The crowd has already dispersed. There is no light coming from the distant huts. A tiny flicker of flame still burns in the charred firewood in the middle of the clearing, clinging to its last gasp of life as the north wind tears at it. A piece of thick firewood is thrown into the pile and sparks fly in the air. Hey. They found us. Dry firewood lies in ash, slowly becoming charred and twisted before being swallowed by the leaping flames. The fire shines upon the face of the feeble infected, but he feels no warmth. People here. Everyone. They must be wiped away, like Ganea was. This way, they will never lose their goodness nor abandon purity. Their soul shall never be defiled. He is in pain, and a pain that penetrates his heart like a needle. He is cold, shivering like he just fell into a frozen lake. He must make himself warm again. Wow, this guy really broke, huh? 1 piece, 2 pieces, 3 pieces. 1 bundle, 2 bundles, 3 bundles. The flames that was so faint now pokes his head from the gaps in the wood like a burning demon threatening to touch its creator with its tongue. The frail miner picks up a burning firewood and walks toward the silent houses. Rankin's plan backfired. You know, you can't. It was a bad idea, but he can't have predicted that the guy would go crazy. Start talking about purity of souls and want to murder everyone. Tap, click, tap, click. The footsteps are rhythmic, one stronger than the other. Asleep. Asleep. They are all asleep. Do you not know what desperation awaits you? What judgment you will face? Aiding and abetting the infected before selling them out? Blissful ignorance, docile as a burden beast. But it's alright. I will help you. I can help you. Or I shall meditate and share in your pain. The madman carries a torch of fear. The flame can no longer stem the cold. The cold pierces his bones. It comes from Oropathy, from the wind, from Ursus. He needs warmth. He sees a large pile of hay. Fire. He throws the torch. Cleansing. The flames awaken, withering. Salvation. He has never felt so acutely alive. The ringing continues in his head. In the nightmare, Ronkin is clinging to the last vestige of cognition and sanity. His sensations are returning, but the wailing grown nearer, or not more distant. He forces himself up and staggers towards the door of the tent, seeking a breath of fresh air. Hot air rushes at him, evaporating the sweat in an instant. In the blink of an eye, all the feelings return to his body. This is not a dream. It is real. The stuff of his nightmares has found a foothold in reality. Everywhere, people are fleeing as the houses that once offered refuge are devoured by fire. In the gushing smoke, the scent of charred despair clutches at everyone's throats like a demonic claw. How tiny is a man in the presence of terror? Ronkin!
What happened?
No idea. The fire started all of a sudden. We can't put it out. All we can do is evacuate the others. The food we traded for is still inside. I have to go in.
Now is not the time. Wake everyone. Get them out of the village. Go.
I guess they brought everyone to the village. Okay. I thought Holly just wandered towards the village. But his commands do not bring order to the crowd. Fear continues to spread unchecked. He has never died.
No, I won. I killed him. I can save everyone.
Uchitel!
What are you doing here, Vitochki? Get to safety.
Uchitel, I.
Didn't you hear me?
Ronkin tries to shake Vitochki's hands, but the girl grabs his arm with all her strength. Babushka, she's gone.
What? Wasn't she with you?
The stammering girl gestures furiously, trying to explain what happened, but the terror on her face says it all.
Nikto, continue the evacuation. I'll go find Nadia.
Okay. Ronkin and Vitochki dart through the fire. The houses on both sides of them are burning, and the slightest misstep could set their clothes on fire. Babushka! Babushka! Ronkin wants to yell too, but the feeling of helplessness continues to accumulate in his heart. It is stuck in his throat, preventing him from making a sound, preventing him from breathing. He knows full well that a fire like this means for an invalid woman. Uchitell, I'm... At the smoke-filled intersection, Vitochki covers her mouth and points to herself, then at Ronkin, and finally towards a fork in the path. No, Vitochki. You must not go off on your own. Listen to me. Uchitell. The girl's face is red as tears flow from her eyes. She holds her hands together in a strange gesture of prayer. She is not praying to the Tsar, nor to the Yorotsvo. She is praying to Ronkin. Aye. Fool. Ah. A shadow flashes across her vision. He's limping, but there is an unusual strength in his steps, as though he's being drawn in by something. Holly, where are you going? The hunched figure ignores Ronkin's cries, walking towards a sea of flames at the end of the path. Surrounded by the bright light of fire, his figure casts no shadow. He prepares to welcome baptism by fire, like the Yorotsvo walking towards execution grounds in legend. Vitochki, wait! I have committed murder. Not for food, not for water, nor for abode. He continues to walk as he chants and pushes open a burning door. Even the scorching light of the flames cannot stop Ronkin from seeing what is inside the house, over Holly's head. Flames roil and writhe as charred beams totter, cracking like the moaning of the dying. An old woman sits straight in the middle of it all. She's sitting on the last chair without a sound. The flames are only inches from her, but they cannot touch her, as though an invisible wall is keeping them at bay. She has not a speck of ash nor dust on her. Even her hair is immaculately clean, her eyes gently shut, but at the same time she seems to be watching everything. I have cleansed their souls. Silenced cries. The saddest thing is that sorrow teaches us nothing. Snow, snow, snow. Snow is falling on his head. It turns into boiling water, into endless cries, into the weight of the dead. Hands are not enough to sweep it away. It is wet, heavy, sinking, until it crushes those who are inside, those who are still living. Babushka, how are you feeling? Yeah, tick tock. Tick tock. The clock tick tocks. Clock doesn't wait for anyone. Oh, but shouldn't we sing? Let's go. No more survivors here. I don't think I have the strength to stand. Are you there, Lydia? I could use a hand. Lydia? Over here. Someone's coming. Runkin. The fire's gone out. Yes, it went out a while ago. Some survivors found us. We must do something. Are you going to make Holly kneel here forever? Even if he went mad and did all this, is it really necessary to punish him this way? The fire's gone out and it's getting cold. He'll die. Yes, he'll die, but not yet. Ronkin looks towards the entrance to the village. The fence that used to be there was designed to stop foraging tusk beasts. Not anyone determined enough to winter. Whether their intentions were benevolent or malicious. Scattered figures begin to emerge from behind the remains of the fence. They look this way hesitantly, then walk away timidly. Ronkin sounds almost like he's muttering to himself. I was wrong, Nico. What do you mean? I was wrong. In what way? Ali wasn't mad. He wasn't shouting for Vertochki's babuchka or to his dead son. He was shouting at me. I have committed murder, not for food nor water, nor for abode, but for those who walk with me for the salvation of their souls. I didn't hear anything. Even if you did say it, it's just the kind of prayer that Vertochki and her babushka pray all the time. It's not like they started worshipping the Yorotsvo and the Tsar yesterday. Yorotsvo? Tsar? No. Not distant or ethereal things like that. He was trying to save my soul even after I made him kill his own son. But what is a soul even? Who can prove that it exists? Is it more precious than mortal life? It's ridiculous. Silly. I shouldn't have forced him, but now the worst has happened. If he did what he did before in order to fulfill my wishes, then it was for the same reason that he set this fire. No, it's nonsense. Listen to me. It might as well have been me who set this fire. I must pay for my crimes. Don't be a fool, Ronkin. I'll keep this brief. What else do you have to say? We gave you food and water. Is this how you repay us? No. Are you here to chase us away or to finish what you started? I want you to witness the perpetrator face justice. Perpetrator justice? Will you kill all the arsonists, killers, and robbers in front of me? No, you won't, otherwise you won't be coming to talk to me while armed. I'll pretend I didn't hear anything. Leave unless you're trying to wipe us out. Never come back again. Ronkin puts down his pickaxe and all the other weapons and raises both hands in the air. Ronkin, stay back, Nikto. You still have your arts. Right here. The culprit is right here. You can do what you wish with him. What? I've put down my weapon. I won't use any arts. You can do what you wish. I see. You would shield the others with your own life. I've never been good with numbers, but I can tell that's not a fair deal. I'm right here. I won't fight back. I don't want you. We don't want you. You weren't here when the fire started. I want the one who set the fire, the one who robbed my home and burned it down. I want the one who killed my wife. Even if I was the reason for his violence, it was my arrogance that put the others in a desperate situation. It was I who forced him down the path of violence. You should kill me. No. Listen to me. We want him. We don't want anyone else. A small space has been cleared in the rubble to serve as an impromptu execution ground. A crowd has gathered to watch. It is as though they cannot help themselves, like huddling around a fire in the winter night, yet fearful that its warmth might burn. I don't understand. Why did Holly set the fire? Why would he do this to a village that helped us? He's mad. He was never the same again after his son died. But maybe he didn't set the fire. Ronkin wanted to satisfy the villagers, and Holly happened to be sick. The Holly I know would never do something like that. I don't know, but I trust Ronkin. Didn't you know? He even tried to trade his own life for Holly's. Thankfully, the villagers wanted to the real culprit, not a good person trying to take his place. It hasn't started yet, but I can't watch. I'll be over there. I need some rest. Stop, Ronkin's talking. Pretty much everyone's here. Sure. Bane. I have a few words to say before I execute this man. I'm not trying to defend him or seek forgiveness from the victims. Yes, he deserves to die. He betrayed kindness and trust. He placed all of us in danger. He harmed the innocent in a direct violation of our original intent, which was simply to survive. Death may be inevitable in the path we chose, but it should never have happened this way. Watch, remember the lesson, remember that the one about to take the life of this man is the one least qualified to do so. I am executing him on the wishes of the victims, and on my own decision. This will be the last decision I make as leader. No one should bear the burden of killing his own comrade, therefore... Repent, Zayn. The snow has piled up on Holly's shoulder. He kneels on the ground as though he did not hear any of what Ronkin said, and puts his hands together in front of his chest in a gesture of piety. He looks up and exposes his neck to the executioner. Yes, I must repent my sins, and I shall do the deed. Do vestrechi, Ali. Yeah. Do vestrechi means goodbye. Damn, I thought I could at least put this mirror together. Now it's gotten even more broken. Talk about unlucky. Can't we at least take Holly's body, Ronkin? No. What use do they have for a dead body? Do they want to leave it out in the wilds? We're not in any position to negotiate. Besides, all of you may come to the same end if you continue to follow me. What do you mean? Who do we follow if not you? Now is not the time for jokes. It's not a joke, it's a decision. A decision that I already talked about. Ronkin turns around. The tired, unkempt crowd immediately gather around him simply because he is here. They look towards their leader, blankly waiting for the next instruction. Do we keep going south, Ronkin? I don't have any strength left. I just wanted a roof over my head that could keep the snow away, but we don't even have that anymore, do we? We'll die if we keep going. We'll die if we stay. I couldn't find them, Ronkin. Havel and Bugina. I never found them, not even their bodies. I'm sorry. The villagers didn't want me anywhere near them. Not even when I put down my pickaxe. They were afraid. You could see it on their faces from a mile away. I didn't want to threaten them. Let's go, Ronkin. Take us away. Ronkin scans each face in the crowd, whether they spoke or not. I'm sorry, friends. Ronkin,
I can't decide your path going forward. As I said, it was not Haley who should have been punished, it was me. I was the one who drove him to madness and violence. It was my decisions that drove him to desperation. Before this happened, I didn't even realize that not everyone was ready to look death in the eye. There's no longer any doubt. I don't have what it takes to be a leader. My last and best act as leader is to relinquish this position and give you back the power of choice.
Long silence. No one answers. Hardly anyone even breathes. Not so much a twitch on their faces. All who hear the decision are silent until a trembling voice emerges in the end of the procession. You're abandoning us?
No, Vitochki.
Then what? What do you said? How do we understand it? The crowd parts for the one who asked the question. Vitochki does not move forward. She stands where she is, her fist clenched so hard that her knuckles have turned white. You say you don't want to lead anymore after we've come so far? You're abandoning all of us.
I'm not. I must do this before things get worse for everyone. No more lives must be lost because of my foolish decisions. We need to escape from the mines at hellhole for this.
Hellhole, but this is my home.
What do you mean?
The mines, the mining district is my home. It was many people's homes.
Home? I thought you all wanted out like me.
It's because of trust. We trust you, Ronkin. You didn't know?
I thought you chose to leave because you wanted to for a long time.
You killed the black bugs. You just stood up and said we should leave, so we left. You caught Holly, killed him, and said it was wrong to leave. You said it was a choice. I don't understand. What are we to you?
Friends. Family. It's complicated and hard to define, but it's exactly because you're important to me that...
This is the home of the villagers. Maybe they can rebuild the village. But what about us? Where do we go? You took us so far. If you don't lead anymore, how do we go back? Ronkin, tell me. How do we live?
Vitochki.
No. The way you call me, you're treating me like a child. I'm not. You're not talking back.
You just proved what I had already guessed.
What?
All I've done up to this point was to force my ideas on you. You didn't understand my plan. You didn't understand the meaning behind my actions. You trusted me, not on your own choice. What will you do when I'm not around to lead you? I appreciate your trust, but this isn't right. I'm going to tell you what's happening, and then you can make your own choice.
Ronkin once again scans each face before him, making sure that he has everyone's uninvited attention.
Our ultimate goal is to reach the Kajimersian border and find the village of the infected. In the process, though, this journey must become a reason for Ursus to recognize us. It will put us in grave danger because it challenges the very foundation of the Empire. People before us have tried and failed, leaving behind nothing but a symbol and a name on this snowy, swampy tundra. What if I told you that following me meant following in their footsteps? It's not something I would recommend for anyone who wants to live, anyone with a brain. But I never even gave Holly that choice. That's why he's dead. He showed me that I must return to the choice to you.
The crowd doesn't answer, but there is some faint commotion. Slowly, the crowd begins to split. Some stand next to Ronkin or behind him, others in front of him. When do we leave, Ronkin? Once everyone has made their choice. Where is... Like, once again, where is Raiden in all of this? More and more people move towards Ronkin, their footsteps like the delayed ringing of the bell announcing the end of a shift. I guess they didn't maybe bring the sick with them? So they're still out back in the middle of the wilderness, I guess? More and more people move towards Ronkin, their footsteps like the delayed ringing of the bell announcing the end of the shift. 1, 2, 3, one missed count may mean one more soul lost to the mines. Who doesn't want to live? Why do we have to choose? Patochki can feel them growing more and more distant. She subconsciously takes a step forward, trying to hold on to something, but someone grabs her and stops her in the tracks. Oh, there she is. No, she's just a very quiet observer, apparently. Vatochki. Serafina. You're going too? Where were you? I don't know how to... They're all leaving us to go die. It's alright. It's alright. I was just bandaging up Nikto. He cut himself on some broken mirror shards. It's not important. I heard the last part of your exchange. You want to live, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to make yourself walk a path that you don't agree with. And I'm not going with them. You won't? You're not leaving? Yes, me and my team will continue to assist the wounded. Nikto's not leaving either, is he? Nikto? The split crowd continues to move. Radian could not see Nikto, so she begins scanning for a specific electrical signal with her arts. It does not take her long. He's in the rear. He won't leave. I'm sorry, Gaspoja Serafina. Nikto. Sorry, Vatochki. I can't go back. You know that I came from Grifferberg. The mines were never my home. Besides, it's not a sure thing that we'll die. Maybe things won't get so bad with me keeping an eye on the man. We must make opportunity with our own hands after all, right? No. No. Well, why? Why must it be like this? Why must we always part? Go home, Vatochki. Don't catch a cold. Go to bed, and Mom and Dad will get back to you when you wake up again. Be a good girl who doesn't cry or complain. Make your babushka happy, and you'll find a piece of chocolate on your pillow when you wake up. Strike. Rights. No response. Execution. Mama. Papa. Titya. Babushka. One word, just one word. One word, and my soul will be healed. I beg forgiveness for the sin of killing your child. I shall mediate and share in your pain. For you, for him, may we all repent our sins from the bottom of our hearts. Thy blessings walk on earth as it is in heaven. Babushka. Baby, close your eyes. Someone's outside the window, knocking on the door. Baby, baby, hold your breath. Someone's putting on a skin, walking in. Here it comes. Here it comes. What is that song? That's a weird song. Babushka. Babushka, is someone outside? No one stops. No one waits. They're gone. They cry and kiss your hand. They say they didn't want to be apart, but they're gone. Everyone has their own path. Must it be like this? But why? You know the reason. Suffering soul. Ronkin never taught me how to read that watch. Second-hand clock. I can hear the bell. As always. Bushka, why is your hand so cold? The fire is hot. I'm cold and it hurts. But it's not because of fire. I don't understand. It's alright. Most people live their entire lives in obliviousness. Until they die? Yes, until they die. Babushka, what are you singing about? Love. But I hurt. Because you love. Love makes people hurt. Makes them persevere. Makes them docile. Love makes people strong. Makes them wealthy. Makes them nobile. Why do I keep saying nobile? Noble. There's no I in that word. You love, and therefore you hurt. I love you, and therefore I share your pain. But Tochki says no more. She closes her eyes and curls up tightly, but no longer dares touch the hand that caresses her cheek as usual. She had heard these words before. Back when did she not need to find support for them amongst broken pieces? Now, though, she's no longer sure. How can one more wealthy and noble than kings and nobles... What? How can one be more wealthy and noble than kings and nobles if one lives in obliviousness? How can one be stronger than the stick of authority if one is powerless? The campfire is very near. It should have brought warmth, but Fatochki feels cold in her limbs, her innards, every part of her body, passing through the cold, withered hand. I shall meditate and share in your pain. May we all repent our sins from the bottom of our hearts. The voice is simply a repetition, an echo. The path points towards doom. Or the echo.
Reap not what's sown by malice.
I forgot. I couldn't remember if we had already done the level or not.
Splendida giornata quest'oggi.
Real estate question. This wonderful realm is fine judgment traditional.
Hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
to cover up? If secrets go public, where's the most dangerous spot? Send me there.
So much hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath. Soon to tell. At least make me lose the code.
The spotlight shines on us! There is no cure for the shameless.
What the heck? Abnormal Mangler Beast. More likely to be attacked by friendly units, takes less damage, gains ASPD. Loses abilities after being attacked several times by miners.
Apple pie with yourself!
A full giant Mangler Beast.
I'm listening.
I guess that's where the Ursus Manglers are tamed.
You are not the one
Domesticated Manglers, like that.
Move. That is simply course into shadow. No one will find it.
Mission accomplished.
Wait a moment. I need to collect tissue samples.
Cool. Epic A collection new arrivals, Cloud in foreign lands, clothes Windscoot wears while enjoying a solo trip in faraway lands during a break from work. A comfy short-sleeved shirt, paired with lightweight sneakers, allows him to enjoy this moment of relaxing freedom. Good for him. Windscoot. I barely even know who that is. What are these? What are these items? A flag? A bomb? What are they for? I don't know. I just noticed the background. The background's also sick. It seems like I think Nadia is the Yorotsuvo, perhaps? Whatever that really means, I don't know. But she's this old woman, whom I assume is Nadia, is obviously prominent in this artwork, but something weird is happening with her, I feel like.
Have you been doing well lately, Doctor?
Ah, yeah. See, I was like, isn't there a third character that was released? So I had to look it up just now. They are actually part of the headhunting too. I just didn't scroll down far enough. First time I looked. So what is she? Oh, she's another agent. How many more agents can a guy need, really? She has a plus attack speed, but loses it when taking damage. And she can slow targets. Need one for every rarity. Oh, yeah, I guess she's the first 4-star one. Fair enough. Wow. Great stopping point there. We'll be back with more tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get... I'm waiting to see the Oka thing. I don't know, the butterfly thing was interesting. I don't know. And no mention of the Oka being alive or anything like that. But I guess we'll find out. That's all for today, so thank you all for watching, and until we meet again, may the sands of time treat you well.